Hi students, good morning to you all. This is Radhakrishna. In previous classes, we are discussed about the chemical properties of alkaline earth metals. Now, in this video, I am going to discuss about the some important compounds of alkaline earth metals. Okay, so the preparations of those metal compounds and their properties and their uses are discussed in this video. Now, coming to the compounds of alkaline earth metals. Okay, so compounds of calcium have the most important uses. Okay, so in this video we are going to explain about the compounds of calcium. Okay, the some important compounds for the calcium are, I am writing it here. Okay, in this video, I am going to explain about the compounds of calcium like calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, calcium sulfate, and plaster of Paris and cement. Plaster of Paris and cement. These six compounds are compounds of calcium. Those are very important, and so most of the cases, so the formulas and properties of these compounds are given in competitive exams. Now coming to the first compound, calcium oxide. Calcium oxide. Okay, so calcium oxide is also called slaked lime. Calcium oxide is also called quicklime. Okay, it is also called quicklime. Okay, so and the chemical formula for calcium oxide is CaO. Okay, so CaO is calcium oxide. It is also called quicklime. Now coming to the preparations. Preparations. Okay, so when when calcium carbonate is heated to 800 degrees centigrade, then calcium oxide is prepared. Okay, I am writing the reaction at here. CaCO3, which gives 800 degrees centigrade, calcium oxide plus CO2. Calcium oxide plus CO2. When calcium carbonate is heated to 800 degrees centigrade, then calcium carbonate is produced. The reaction is CaCO3 at 800 degrees centigrade. This is heating purpose. Okay, then calcium oxide and CO2 are the products. Okay. The above reaction takes place in the absence of or limited supply of the above reaction, that is heating. The heating reaction takes place in the absence or limited supply of oxygen or air takes place. In the limited supply of oxygen or air or absence of oxygen or air, the reaction takes place. So this process is called calcination. Calcination is a process in which the chemical reactions undergo heating to high temperatures without air or absence of air or oxygen or limited supply of air or oxygen takes place. That process is called calcination. That process is called calcination. Okay, coming to the properties. Coming to the properties, the first property is reaction with water. Reaction with water. Okay, so calcium oxide CaOH twice. When calcium oxide reacted with water, it produces CaOH twice. Calcium hydroxide. I am writing the reaction at here. CaO plus H2O, which is gives CaOH twice. This is calcium hydroxide. This is calcium hydroxide. When calcium oxide reacts with water, it produces calcium hydroxide. That is CaO plus water, which is gives to CaOH twice. Now coming to the second property. So calcium oxide is basic. Calcium oxide is basic oxide. Okay, it reacts with acidic oxides. Calcium oxide reacts with acidic oxides. I am writing the reaction at here. So calcium oxide plus SiO2, silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide. It produces silicon, calcium silicate. It produces calcium silicate. The compound name is calcium silicate, and also it is also reacted with another acidic oxide P4O10. P4O10. So that is calcium phosphate, which is 3 molecules. So it reacts with which is 6 molecules. It reacts with to 2 molecules of Ca3PO4 twice. Ca3PO4 twice, which is calcium phosphate. We already know another name, apatite. Apatite, calcium apatite or calcium phosphate, Ca3PO4 twice. Okay, so this is the chemical properties of calcium oxide. It reacts with water, produces calcium hydroxide, and when it also acts as base when reacted with water. So when it reacts with acidic oxides. So because it is basic oxide, that's why it reacts with acidic oxides, CaO plus SiO2, which is gives CaSiO3, calcium silicate, and 6 molecules of CaO reacts with P4O10. Okay, so it gives calcium phosphate, which is also called apatite, the major content which is present in bones. Okay, so this is about the chemical properties of calcium oxide. Now coming to the next property, with carbon. With carbon. Okay, so calcium oxide reacts with carbon, produces calcium carbide. Which is important one. So calcium oxide reacts with carbon, it produces calcium carbide, one of the most important compound for the preparation of many organic compounds, okay. So due to the formation of calcium carbide, when calcium oxide reacted with carbon, it produces calcium carbide. This calcium carbide is very useful for the preparation of many organic compounds. Okay, so next, these are the chemical properties of calcium oxide. Now coming to the uses of calcium oxide. Okay, so the first one is, it is used preparation of bleaching powder, it is used in the preparation of bleaching powder, glass. Okay, so next, second point, it is used in purification of sugar. It is used in the purification of sugars. Next point, it is used as so it is used as drying agent for ammonia and C2H5OH, ethyl alcohol, because when the preparation of ammonia or ethyl alcohol takes place, there is a water molecule is associated with them. So for the removal of these water molecules which are associated with ammonia and ethyl alcohol, calcium oxide is used. This calcium oxide absorbs the water molecules and form calcium hydroxide, and the ammonia and ethyl alcohol are free from the water, which are very pure in nature. That's why this calcium oxide is used as drying agent for ammonia and ethyl alcohol. Okay, so next one, it is also used in the preparation of soda lime. We can use this in the preparation of soda lime also. Calcium oxide is used. This is about the preparations, chemical properties and uses of calcium oxide. Again, I am repeating that calcium oxide is also called quicklime. Okay, the chemical formula of calcium oxide is CaO. Now coming to the preparation of calcium oxide, when calcium carbonate is heated at high temperatures like 800 degrees centigrade, calcium oxide is prepared. The reaction is CaCO3, which is heating at 800 degrees centigrade. It produces calcium oxide plus CO2. Generally, this reaction takes place in the absence or limited supply of oxygen or air takes place. So this process is called calcination. Now coming to the chemical properties of calcium oxide, the first one is reaction with water. When calcium oxide reacted with water, it produces calcium hydroxide. So reaction is CaO plus water, which is gives to CaOH twice. Now coming to the second property, action of base nature. Generally calcium oxide is in basic nature. basic oxide. So when it reacts with acidic oxides, it reacts with acidic oxides. Some of the acidic oxides are silicon dioxide and phosphorus oxides. So it reacts with CaO plus SiO2, which is gives calcium silicate, and with phosphorus oxide it produces calcium phosphate, which is called apatite. Okay, now third chemical property is with the carbon. With the carbon, when calcium oxide reacted with the carbon, it produces calcium carbide, which is the one of the important compound for the preparation of many organic compounds. So these are the chemical properties. Now coming to the uses of the calcium oxide, it is used in the preparation of bleaching powder, glass, and other materials also used. Next, second property, it is used in the purification of sugars. We can use for the purify of sugars. And third use is it is the used as drying agent for ammonia and ethyl alcohol. For the removal of water molecules purpose, it is used as drying agent. And the last one is it is used in the preparation of slaked lime. This is about the calcium oxide. Now coming to the second compound, calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. I am writing that here. It is also called slaked lime. The name of this compound is slaked lime. Okay, so chemical formula CaOH twice. Chemical formula CaOH twice. Now coming to the preparation, okay, so when calcium oxide reacts with water molecule, calcium hydroxide is produced. We already know the chemical properties of calcium oxide with water molecule. So when calcium oxide reacts with water molecule, it produces calcium hydroxide. It produces calcium hydroxide. Okay, so the aqueous solution, of calcium hydroxide is known as lime water. The aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide is known as lime water, and the suspension of CaOH, slaked lime, CaOH twice in water is known as milk of lime. Okay, so the aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide is known as lime water, and the suspension of calcium hydroxide in water is also known as milk of lime. Milk of lime. Now coming to the properties. So properties of calcium hydroxide. The first property is with CO2. With CO2. Okay, when calcium hydroxide reacts with CO2, it produces calcium carbonate and calcium bicarbonate. When calcium hydroxide reacted with carbon dioxide, it produces calcium oxide and calcium when calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide, it produces calcium carbonate as well as calcium bicarbonate. Now coming to the reactions, so CaOH twice plus CO2 gas, it produces calcium carbonate plus water molecule. Plus water molecule. Now coming to the second one, calcium hydroxide plus 2 molecules of CO2, that is excess of CO2. It produces calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is CaHCO3 twice. CaHCO3 twice. So this is the preparation of calcium carbonate and calcium bicarbonate with calcium hydroxide. Again I am repeating this property. When calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide, it produces calcium carbonate as well as calcium bicarbonate. So when calcium oxide reacts with only one molecule of carbon dioxide, it produces calcium carbonate. But if you are taking excess of carbon dioxide, then calcium hydroxide reacted with that carbon dioxide and produces calcium hydrogen carbonate. And second one, which is important one, action of chlorine. Action of chlorine. When calcium hydroxide reacts with when calcium hydroxide react with the chlorine gas, it produces bleaching powder. It produces bleaching powder. So now I am taking that reactions. Okay, so 2 molecules of CaOH twice plus Cl2, it produces 2 molecules of Cl2, so CaCl2 plus CaOCl2, CaOCl twice, CaOCl twice, okay, plus H2O. But if you are taking only one molecule of calcium hydroxide plus only one Cl2 molecule at 35 degrees centigrade only, because at low temperatures it produces only only bleaching powder. When calcium hydroxide react with the chlorine gas, it produces bleaching powder. Okay, so the reaction takes place at low temperature, it produces bleaching powder only. But if they take excess amounts, it produces calcium chloride as well as bleaching powder. So these are the chemical properties of calcium hydroxide. Now coming to the uses. So it is used in preparation of glass, bleaching powder, caustic soda. So for the preparation of glass, bleaching powder, caustic soda, etc., calcium hydroxide is used. Next, it is used in purification of sugars and coal gas. It is used in the purification of sugars and coal gas. And third point is, it is used whitewashing. It is used in whitewashing purpose. Okay, and fourth is preparation of mortars, which is building material. It is used in the preparation of glass, bleaching powder, caustic soda, etc. It is used in the purification of sugars as well as coal gas. And third one, it is used in the whitewashing agent. It is used in the whitewashing purpose because of the it has a disinfecting agent. It has the property disinfecting nature. Okay, that's why it is used in the whitewashing purpose, and it is used for the preparation of mortar, which is the building material, so this is about the calcium hydroxide. Now coming to the next compound, calcium carbonate. So it is also limestone. It is also called limestone. The chemical formula of calcium carbonate is CaCO3. The chemical formula of calcium carbonate is CaCO3. Okay, so it is naturally available in so many ways. Like chalk pieces and marbles and limestone. So under limestone. So these are the natural sources for the calcium carbonate. Now coming to the preparation, it is prepared when calcium hydroxide reacts with CO2 or calcium chloride reacts with sodium carbonate. Okay, so it is prepared when calcium hydroxide react with carbon dioxide or calcium chloride react with sodium carbonate. I am writing the reactions for this reaction. Calcium hydroxide, which is react with carbon dioxide, it produces calcium carbonate plus water molecule. Similarly, we are taking calcium chloride, CaCl2 plus Na2CO3. It produces calcium carbonate plus 2 molecules of NaCl. This is the preparation of calcium carbonate. When calcium carbonate is prepared by the action of calcium hydroxide with carbon dioxide or by the reaction of calcium chloride with sodium carbonate. Okay, so now properties. With dilute acids, first property, with dilute acids. Okay, so CaCO3 reacts with dilute acids. It produces carbon dioxide. When calcium carbonate is reacted with dilute acids, it produces carbon dioxide. I am writing the reactions for these reactions. CaCO3 plus 2 molecules of HCl, it produces CaCl2, calcium chloride plus H2O and CO2 gas. If you are taking calcium carbonate plus H2SO4, it produces calcium sulfate plus H2O plus CO2. Okay, when calcium carbonate reacted with dilute acids like HCl and H2SO4, it produces carbon dioxide. Now coming to the second property, reaction with water containing CO2. Okay, when calcium carbonate reacted with water plus CO2, it produces calcium hydrogen carbonate. It produces calcium hydrogen carbonate. I am writing the reaction for this one. CaCO3 plus H2O plus CO2, it produces CaHCO3 twice. CaHCO3 twice. This is the calcium bicarbonate. This is the calcium bicarbonate. Okay, so these are the chemical properties of calcium carbonate. Now coming to the uses. Uses of calcium carbonate. So it is used in building purpose. It is used in the building purpose. Second one, it is used in preparation of glass, caustic soda, etc. Next one, it is used in preparation of cement, washing soda, and most important preparations, it is used in the preparation of toothpaste, cosmetic face powders, and chewing gums. Okay, so these are the uses for the and the last property is it is also used in the medicine. Again I am repeating the uses of the calcium carbonate. It is used in the building purpose. It is also used in the preparation of glass, caustic soda, cement, washing soda, and it is used in the preparation of toothpaste, cosmetic face powders, and chewing gums. And the last one, it is used in the medicine. It is used in the medicine in indigestion purpose. In digestion purpose, it is also used in medicines also. Calcium carbonate is the one of the main constituent in eggshell. The shell of the egg is made with calcium carbonate. One of the main constituent in the eggshell is calcium carbonate. So this is about the calcium carbonate. Now coming to the next compound, calcium sulfate. So the chemical formula is CaSO4 2H2O. CaSO4 2H2O. So naturally occurring calcium sulfate is also called gypsum. It is also called gypsum. The naturally occurring calcium sulfate is gypsum. Okay, so the chemical formula of calcium sulfate is CaSO4 2H2O. Okay, now coming to the preparation. So coming to the preparation, it is prepared by the action of H2SO4 on calcium chloride or calcium carbonate. Calcium chloride or calcium carbonate. I am writing the reaction at here. Calcium chloride. Suppose I am taking calcium chloride. So adding H2SO4 to it, then it produces calcium sulfate plus so 2 molecules of HCl. 2 molecules of HCl. Okay. Again I am taking calcium carbonate plus I am adding H2SO4, it produces calcium sulfate plus H2O plus CO2. This is the preparations of the calcium sulfate. When calcium sulfate is prepared by the action of H2SO4 on calcium chloride or calcium carbonate. Okay, so now the properties. Action of heat. Action of heat. When calcium sulfate is heated, suppose I am taking 2 molecules of calcium sulfate is heated, then 3 water molecules are removed and H2O takes place. Again I am heating this. It produces CaSO4. It produces CaSO4 plus H2O. This is anhydrous. This is anhydrous calcium sulfate. When calcium sulfate is heating to certain temperature, it produces plaster of Paris. So nearly 200 degrees centigrade. When calcium sulfate is heated to 200 degrees centigrade, it produces plaster of Paris, which on further heating, it produces anhydrous calcium sulfate. Anhydrous calcium sulfate. So this is the chemical property of calcium sulfate. Now coming to the uses for calcium sulfate. So it is used in the preparation of plaster of Paris. It is used in the preparation of plaster of Paris. Second one, it is used in the preparation of H2SO4 and ammonium sulfate. Ammonium sulfate. I am writing at here NHE4 twice SO4. Ammonium sulfate So ammonium sulfate preparation, calcium sulfate is used. Ammonium sulfate is the one of the main constituent in fertilizers. Main constituent in fertilizers. I am writing the reaction for this reaction. Calcium sulfate plus 2 molecules of NH3 plus water plus CO2. It produces NHE4 twice SO4 plus CaCO3, calcium carbonate, CaCO3. So this is the preparation of one of the main constituent of fertilizers, that is ammonium sulfate. That is ammonium sulfate. Okay. So next third one. Anhydrous calcium sulfate is used as a drying agent. agent. Okay, again I am repeating the uses of the calcium sulfate. It is used in the preparation of plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris, it is used in the preparation of sulfuric acid like this, and the reverse of this reactions takes place, it produces sulfuric acid. And the also prepared one of the most important constituent in the fertilizers is ammonium sulfate. So ammonium sulfate preparation, CaSO4 plus 2 molecules of NH3 plus water plus CO2, it gives ammonium sulfate as well as calcium carbonate, as well as calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Now it is also anhydrous calcium sulfate is used as a drying agent, that is a removal of water molecule takes place by the anhydrous calcium sulfate, because calcium sulfate is existed in a CaSO4 2H2O. That's why anhydrous CaSO4 is readily takes water molecules from the other substances and dry them. So this is about the calcium sulfate. Now coming to the next compound, plaster of Paris, which is most important compound of calcium, which is most important compound of calcium. Okay, coming to the calcium hemihydrate. Calcium sulfate, hemihydrate, calcium sulfate hemihydrate or calcium sulfate semihydrate. Calcium sulfate hemihydrate or calcium sulfate of semihydrate is called plaster of Paris. Is called plaster of Paris. Chemical formula. Chemical formula of plaster of Paris is CaSO4 of H2O or CaSO4 2CaSO4H2O. 2CaSO4H2O. So the chemical formula of plaster of Paris is CaSO4 2H2O. CaSO4 of H2O or CaSO4 2CaSO4H2O. 2CaSO4H2O. So this is the chemical formula of plaster of Paris. Okay. So now coming to the preparation. Now coming to the preparation of plaster of Paris, it is prepared by heating of gypsum, at 200 degrees centigrade. At 200 degrees centigrade. I am writing the reaction at here. CaSO4 2H2O, which is on heating at 200 degrees centigrade. It produces plaster of Paris 2CaSO4H2O or CaSO4 half H2O. Okay, so this is about the preparation of plaster of Paris. It is prepared by heating of gypsum at 200 degrees centigrade. Okay, so when this plaster of Paris POP means plaster of Paris. When this plaster of Paris is combined with water, it sets into a hard material. it sets into a hard material after some time. After some time. So it is called setting. Setting of POP. Setting of POP. It involves in two steps. It involves in two steps. So in step 1, setting takes place. In step 1, setting stage. Setting stage. So that is CaSO4 half H2O plus we are adding water molecules, it getting CaSO4 2H2O. Okay, next step 2, step 2 is hardening state. Hardening state, that is CaSO4 2H2O, CaSO4 2H2O. Both are same looking like, but it is rhombohedral. This is rhombohedral. This is a rhombohedral form of CaSO2H2O. This is a monoclinic. This is a monoclinic form. Okay, so when we are adding water to the plaster of Paris and set of placed after some time, it is converted into a hard material. Hard material. This is called setting of plaster of Paris. Okay, so it involves in two stages. In first stage, that is setting stage, CaSO4 plaster of Paris is added to water, it produces CaSO4 2H2O. In second stage, hardening state. So in this state, so plaster of Paris, CaSO4 2H2O, which is in a rhombohedral state. So converted into monoclinic form. Which is the hardened material. This is the setting of plaster of Paris. Now coming to the uses of plaster of Paris. Okay, so it is used in surgeries. It is used in the surgeries for setting of broken bones. For the setting of broken bones, it is used in surgeries. So for it is used in the surgeries for the setting of broken bones. Okay, and second point is anhydrous CaSO4 is called dead brunt plaster. Next, third use, most important use, it is used in cause of toys and ceilings and statues. Okay, again I am repeating the uses of the plaster of Paris. So plaster of Paris is used in the surgeries for the setting of broken bones, and the second one is the anhydrous form of plaster of Paris, that is anhydrous calcium sulfate, is also called dead blunt plaster. Plaster. Next, third one is it is used in the casts of toys and statues, and also used in the making of ceiling purpose. We are using plaster of Paris. Okay, so this is about the plaster of Paris. Now coming to the next compound, cement. Okay, cement is the combination of calcium silicates and calcium aluminates. So the cement is the combination of calcium silicates and calcium aluminates. The constituents in cement are, so first one, calcium oxide, that is CaO. It is 50 to 60% takes place. Okay, second one, silicon dioxide, that is SiO2. So it takes place 20 to 25%. So next one, aluminum trioxide, aluminum oxide or trioxide, which is form Al2O3. So it takes place 5 to 6%. Next, fourth one, magnesium oxide, that is MgO. It is takes place 2 to 3%. And fifth one is ferric oxide, that is so Fe2O3, which is 1 to 2%. And last one is sulfur trioxide, that is SO3. It is also 1 to 2% takes place. Now how the cement is prepared? Preparation. Okay, so I am writing the preparation. The clay and CaO is strongly heated, then cement clinker is formed. Then by adding 2 to 3% of gypsum, cement is prepared. Clay and calcium oxide are strongly heated, then cement clinker is formed. Clay and calcium oxide is strongly heated, then cement clinker is prepared. So which is further adding 2 to 3% of weight by gypsum, then cement is prepared. The main constituents are in Portland cement. The main constituents in Portland cement is dicalcium silicates. Second one, tricalcium silicates. And third one, tricalcium aluminates. Tricalcium aluminates. So it is 26% takes place. This one is 51% and this one is 11%. This one is 11%. These are the main constituents in the Portland cement. Now coming to the last one, setting of cement. Setting of cement. So next one, setting of cement. So gypsum is added. Gypsum is added to cement to slow down the setting process. Okay, so gypsum is added to the cement to the setting of to slow down the setting of cement process. Setting of cement process. Okay, so actually the setting process the setting process of cement rate is slow because of the formation of dicalcium silicates. Because of the formation of dicalcium silicates. So this is about the cement compound. Okay, so I hope everyone is understanding the compounds of calciums. We are discussing about calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, so calcium sulfate, calcium carbonate, plaster of Paris and cement. Okay, thank you to everyone.